Hi, everyone. Welcome back to 5-Minute English Practice. I'm Jessica, and today I want to share something with you in a very calm and honest way. This is not a lesson, and it's not a list of rules. It's more like a conversation, or a gentle suggestion about how you can study English for the next 30 days without feeling lost or stressed. If you've been learning English for a while, you might know this feeling very well. You study when you have time, you watch videos, you learn new words, but somehow you still feel stuck. You understand more than before, but speaking still feels hard. Sometimes you don't know what to study next, and sometimes you feel tired before you even start. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know that you're not alone. And more importantly, there's nothing wrong with you. In fact, many learners don't fail because they're not smart enough. They feel stuck because they don't have a clear and gentle plan. So instead of asking, "How can I study harder?" I want you to try a different question. Ask yourself, "How can I study in a way that I can continue every day?" That question changes everything. So for the next 30 days, I want to suggest a simple direction, not a strict schedule. Think of this as a path you walk on, step by step, not a mountain you have to climb all at once. You don't need to study for many hours. What matters more is that you come back to English every day, even for a short time. In the first few days, the most important thing is to reconnect with English and feel comfortable again. This is why I always suggest starting with listening. Listening is gentle. It doesn't ask you to perform. It just asks you to receive. You can listen to a short podcast, a simple YouTube video, or a story made for learners. While you listen, try not to pause too much. Even if you don't understand every word, that's okay. Understanding the main idea is already enough. After listening, it helps to slow things down a little. You can write down 1 or 2 words that you noticed, maybe a sentence that sounded useful, or an idea you understood. This is not homework. It's just a way to help your brain remember what it heard. Then, if you can, try to say something out loud. You don't need a partner. You can speak to yourself, repeat a sentence, or explain what you heard in your own words. At first, it might feel strange, but this is how English starts to feel more real and closer to you. As the days go by, you may notice that English feels a little less scary. That's when you can slowly add more speaking. Instead of just repeating, you can talk about your own life. You can describe your day, your job, or your plans for the weekend. Speak slowly and don't worry about making mistakes. When you forget a word, don't stop. Try to explain it in another way. This skill is very important in real conversations. At the same time, try to read something short every day. Reading helps you see how English is put together. You don't need long articles. A short dialogue or a simple blog post is enough. While reading, notice how sentences connect to each other. Words like because, but, and so are very small, but they help your English sound clearer and more natural. After about 1 week, many learners start to feel something change. English doesn't feel easier yet, but it feels closer. You don't need to force yourself as much. That's a good sign. And it means you're ready to become more active with the language. In the 2nd and 3rd weeks, you can start using English more freely. Listening becomes more interesting because you can choose different topics and voices. Speaking becomes longer because you have more to say. Instead of short answers, you can share your opinions and experiences. You might still make mistakes, but now you recover faster, and you don't stop as often. This is how confidence slowly grows. During this time, vocabulary also starts to feel different. Instead of learning many single words, you can focus on small phrases that people really use. Phrases help you speak more smoothly and naturally. When you hear a phrase you like, write it down. Say it out loud and try to use it the next day. Little by little, these phrases become part of you. By the time you reach the last week, English is no longer something you only study. It's something you use. You can imagine real situations like ordering coffee, talking to a colleague, or introducing yourself. You may not feel perfect, but you feel more ready. And that feeling is very important. Of course, not every day will feel good. Some days you'll feel tired or busy, and you won't want to study. On those days, I want to suggest something very simple. Do less, but don't stop. Even 5 minutes still counts. Even one sentence still matters. Consistency is much more powerful than motivation. After 30 days, your English may not be perfect, but you will feel clearer and more confident. You will understand how to study, and you won't feel so lost anymore. And that's a big step forward. So take your time, be kind to yourself, and remember that learning English is not about being fast. It's about staying with it. Thank you for listening today. This is Jessica, and I'll see you in the next episode of 5 Minute English Practice.